Contract Administration Board meeting for September 9th, 2024 at 4 o'clock p.m. In attendance for the meeting today is Joanne Cunningham, our chairwoman of the Albany County Legislature, and Albany County Clerk Bruce Hidley. I'd like to entertain a motion now that we accept the minutes from August 12 of 2024.
So moved.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Minutes are carried. Okay. So first on the agenda is contract number 2225-24. Department is Public Works. The estimated amount is $72,000. The vendor is J.C. Smith Incorporated. The estimated term is 8/15/24 to 9/30/24. The scope of service, the Department of Public Works respectfully requests approval to purchase 4 variable message signboards from the lowest bidder, J.C. Smith. The total price shall not exceed $72,000. This is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Hi, good afternoon, Bruce. Lisa Raimondo from Albany County DPW. Yep, so there were 5 bidders, but we received 5 quotes, and J.C. Smith was the lowest. These boards will be used for lane closures, to advertise for job fairs, also advertise for job positions. Also, we often lend them out to other municipalities when they're in need.
Okay. Any other comments or questions?
Just a question. So Lisa, are these in addition to your existing supply?
They are, and so our existing supply is actually not in all that great of repair, so we're often having to bring them back from the job site, recharge them. So we recently acquired several from our water bleed Shaker Road job, so we've got a couple good ones from that project, and now we're going to have these 4, and we'll be able to retire our original 2.
Oh, good. And thank you for the town of Bethlehem's use.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
During the Pride event. It's
Yeah.
very helpful.
Very good, thank you.
Motion to move it?
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion's carried. Any opposition?
What?
God bless you. Was in there. Next on the agenda is contract 2249-24. Department is residential healthcare facility. The vendor is Eckerd Mechanical LLC. The estimated amount is $55,840. The scope of service, perform scheduled preventative maintenance for HVAC systems at Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center. This includes routine examination of pneumatic temperature control systems, HVAC, electrical and mechanical systems, and other chiller systems. Examinations of preventive maintenance will work commence on these systems, which include collaboration of the systems, lubrication, and adjustments with manufacturer standard, replacements of belts, filters, and bearings as necessary. The bid also sets a price for additional parts and labor should an emergency or situation arise. It is 100% county funding, and I open the floor for comments or questions.
Hi, Mark Olson from Shaker Place. The primary scope of this agreement is to perform preventive maintenance and calibration of the HVAC systems in the facility, and also to replace all air filters quarterly with MERV 13 rated filters. The annual amount of the contract is $15,280. It's a 3-year contract with a $10,000 contingency, and Eckerd Mechanical was the lowest responsible bidder.
Okay. Any other comments?
Nope.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 2269-24, Department of Sewage Treatment. The vendor is Bearings Distributors, Inc. The estimated amount is $30,000. The estimated term is 9/13/24 to 3/12/25. The scope of service, the purchase and delivery of bearings and seals is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments and questions.
Thank you. Angelo Gaudio with the Water Purification District. This is actually the second of the contract renewals. This is for a 6-month term. Bearings Distributor, Inc. Was the lowest bidder of the original bid. And this is, again, the first supply of miscellaneous bearings and seals for various equipment.
Any other comments?
No.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion?
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 2241-24, Department of Social Services. The vendor is Homeless and Travelers Aid Society. The estimated amount is $60,638. The estimated term is 11/1/24 through 4/30/25. The scope of the service is the provision of a homeless/housing emergency services program that provides after-hours, weekend, and holiday coverage to serve individuals and families experiencing homelessness by assisting them to access needed emergency shelter during the Code Blue days. This is 100% state funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Maggie Watson from DSS. The focus or the scope of services, the operative word is Code Blue. This is more so about just that season, as you can tell from the dates. And there are two components to it. One is staffing the services and committee, the Code Blue committee, where this person will monitor the weather and alert all necessary parties that Code Blue weather is incoming. And they will maintain an operating manual, and they'll chair that committee. They'll coordinate monthly provider meetings and coordinate resources and address any gaps. The second component is someone on site at DSS to work with their TA staff and help shelter those who are unshelterable in more traditional shelters during those times.
Now, I see it's 100% state funded, so is this a grant that you're getting from the state for this program?
Or hopefully, we don't know, we won't learn until well down the road from OTDA the exact amounts that are incoming from.
Any other questions or comments?
Nope. Move that.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Hopefully we have a mild winter. Next on the agenda is contract number 2276-24. The department is the county executive. The vendor is AJ3 Solutions LLC. The estimated amount is $97,200. The estimated term is 9/16/24 to 9/15/25. And the scope of service, the purchase contract management system that expands the abilities of our law department, and it's 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Hi, Eugenia Condon, County Attorney. This is a request to move our contract management system to a new system, AJ3. Our current CMS is on the county shared drive, and its life is limited based upon its abilities and the life of the shared drive. As we move forward, we won't be able to retain anything on it. What we learn as I lose staff in the law department due to vacancies as staff move on, we're continually retraining staff in learning how to prepare contracts, and learning our processes, and we have become very far behind in issuing contracts. We have looked into a new contract management system that will take into account the lifespan of what the current CMS is, as well as the training requirements of our attorneys. A request for proposals was issued that resulted in 7 proposals being received. Of those 7 proposals, we interviewed 5 companies. They were all very good companies. We settled on AJ3 as it seemed to meet our capabilities the most as far as what would meet our needs. AJ3 contracts with a number of counties in New York State. They are able to provide training at no additional cost and have an unlimited number of users. Some of the companies that we met with were charging based upon number of users, and we didn't want to be limited because every county department has a multitude of users in each department, and we didn't want to limit or impede the ability of county departments to be able to be on CMS at any time. AJ3 will also be able to take what is on the current CMS and, for want of a better term, I'm not sure how to, what the term is, but take it in and incorporate it so they can retain it for us. So when the current CMS is retired, the contracts that are retained in there will be in AJ3. So we will have continuity and retention of records, which Mr. Hidley, as you know, of all our records, is we are required to retain those records. What is especially important with this, as we were talking about prior to the meeting, with how things are created, we are able to take the templates that we have and incorporate them into this system. And after the meeting today, the department can input their information, simple information, into CMS, and the template for the contract will be created. For the most part, it'll need to be reviewed and signed off on by an attorney, but it will be available and ready to send out. We are moving to digitization of contracts and signature of contracts to the extent we can. This system will allow vendors to go right into the system and electronically sign, and the county executive can electronically sign, which will be enormously time-consuming as far as signature of contracts, as well as economical in terms of the mountains of paper that the law department consumes every year. So I wholeheartedly recommend and request that the board adopt this contract.
Any other comments or questions?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. So going from an older, less versatile, less sophisticated contract management system, still electronic, moving to a better one. That's bottom line.
Yes,
What was the cost of our prior one?
that's on our shared drive, so DIS developed it.
Okay, so it's like an in-house made system?
Yes.
Okay. And assuming that we do this transition and then future years would stay with the same vendor if we like them?
The plan is to stay with them. The contract, what was the contract period?
1 year and then 4 1 years.
Oh,
For
okay.
renewals.
Okay. And I would be very interested to know, after you go through this year, how much more efficient and whatever, shortened time, because I've heard that contract management here in the county is not optimal, and that we could do a better job on that.
So I'll make one comment on that, Madam Chairwoman, is when I was county administrator, we used this system, and I was signing contracts the same day we would have our full board meeting.
Oh, good. So,
Yeah,
that's,
so it was very efficient.
oh, good. Okay. And why didn't we use one before? We just built our own and kind of stayed with it or something?
Yeah. So this is actually our second. The first one was built in the 2000s,
Okay.
when at some point after CAB was first formulated, and that lasted us a long time. And then this second one was built, it was a patching when the first one died, essentially died. And now at this point, counties are now moving to digitization. We're a little behind a lot of counties.
Yeah, it
But
sounds like it.
as we're seeing, as I lose staff, as they move on to other jobs and I lose staff, we can't keep up.
Okay. Well, it sounds like there's a lot of good reasons to
Hope so.
switch to this. Okay, I'll move it.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is contract 2204-24. Department is Building Services. The vendor is Alpine Environmental Services, Inc. The estimated amount is $24,755. The estimated term is 8/15/24 to 12/14/24. The scope of services, hazardous material abatement, air sampling, and project monitoring services. It's 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Hi, Scott Alvarez, Deputy Commissioner from General Services. This is for the project that's taking place on the 11th floor, the construction of the Comptroller's office. It should be wrapped up, their end of it, by the middle of December, if not sooner. They monitor the air and make sure nothing's getting out.
Any other comments or questions?
No?
I'll entertain. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 2262-24, Department's Building Services. The vendor is ESCO. The estimated amount is $38,760. The estimated term is 1/1/25 through 12/31/27. and the scope of service, HVAC preventative maintenance and emergency services for Cooperative Extension HVAC and 449 New Salem Road Emergency Center HVAC, 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Thank you, Mr. Hidley. This is, as it says, preventative maintenance includes lubricants, belts, filters. It's for our Cornell Co-op and our 449 New Salem Road. It used to be the Sheriff's 911 Center. We now have our Accord program in here.
Any other questions or comments?
Nope, I'll move it.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 2263-24, Building Services is the department. The vendor is John W. Danforth Company. The estimated amount is $81,912. The estimated term is 1/1/25 through 12/31/27. The scope of services is HVAC preventative maintenance and emergency services for county office building boilers and county office building 5th floor server room, 100% county funded.
Thank you, Mr. Hidley. Again, this is a preventative maintenance contract, and it is for our building here at 112, in particular the 5th floor, which houses our informational services, which is the brain for the computer operations throughout the county, and also other municipalities use it for their data input comes through here.
Any comments, questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. And the final item on the agenda today is contract number 2264-24. Department is Building Services. The vendor is Postler and Jacob Corporation. The estimated amount is $86,700. The estimated term is 1/1/25 through 12/31/27. Scope of service, HVAC preventive maintenance and emergency services for the Mercantile Building HVAC, and is 100% county funded.
Again, this is going to be for lubricants, belts, filters, emergency repairs, which seem to be frequent in that building because of the age of it. It's a probation department across from the MVP.
Any other comments or questions?
So have we used this contractor
Yeah.
before? Okay.
They've been there.
Okay. Just wanted a new name for me.
Yeah, they're usually known as P&J.
Okay. Okay, thanks. I'll
Thank
move
you.
it.
Seconded?
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. And now I'd like to entertain a motion to close the Contract Administration Board meeting at 4:20 p.m.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Contract Administration Board meeting is closed. Thank you, everybody.